Here I have a broken motherboard. So the issue with this motherboard is that it reacts to the power button, the fan starts spinning, but there is absolutely no activity on the motherboard. Now, I don't typically repair motherboards other than when it's a short circuit or when something is broken or there's a bad capacitor somewhere, but I saw something interesting on this motherboard. So this motherboard was absolutely covered in dust, so it had absolutely no cooling whatsoever. And when I cleaned it up, when I took it out of the computer I was scrapping, I noticed this right here. See how the metal tab of this MOSFET is blue instead of silver like the other ones? That means that that MOSFET got really hot. There is also a burnt resistor right here. So I thought I might give it a shot trying to fix it. Here is the power supply. It's MS though, I don't trust MS. Wait, actually let me fix that.
A few moments later.
Here. Now I trust it. Now it's a good power supply. Anyway. Power button in. You see the computer starts. There is a BIOS speaker and there is no RAM installed, so it should start giving us errors that there is no RAM. So 3 long beeps in most cases. And there's nothing. There is no heat on the CPU. It's not beeping. I have a PC analyzer. The BIOS readout. It starts, but there is no codes or anything. So absolutely no activity. BIOS battery is not the cause, I tried. Those capacitors are likely in parallel with the CPU. There is nothing across them, so absolutely nothing. Even though if you check on between ground and one of these MOSFETs, we can see that there is power going to the MOSFETs. Let's have a look what we can find out. First thing I would like to try is if I remove the CPU and if we start it now. There is still nothing, no activity. So there is something very wrong with this VRM right here. So let's try to investigate. Since we know the power supply didn't have any issues starting up, we know that there is no short circuit on the CPU 4 pins connector. Though the issue might be that this motherboard was powered by a Corsair CX 550 watt power supply, so there is a high chance that the short circuit did appear, but the power supply just kicked through a short circuit and blew it open. So it might be a bit tricky to figure out, but we have some burnt components here, so that might be a good starting point. So I don't know how well you can see it, but under this capacitor those MOSFETs don't look all that healthy. So first thing I would like to try is remove this this phase and see what happens, because there is a chance that this phase is shorted, or it's not pulling the low side MOSFETs aren't doing their job properly, and the controller chip detects the fault that the CPU core voltage is going above what it's supposed to be, and it quickly shutting the entire thing off. So first thing I would like to try is take off these 4 MOSFETs. And there it goes. It's out. Oh my fuck. I did the wrong one. So these are all the parts we removed. None of these are critical. We just basically removed the 4th phase of the VRM. Now of course we will have no activity, but I just want to see if we will get voltage across the CPU. Switch it on. So we have a fan spinning, so it didn't create a short circuit. That's good. Now let's see. Keep forgetting which one is the negative. And we still don't have anything on the output. Okay, looks like we'll have to dig a bit deeper. Okay. Okay, so it can utilize the external MOSFET drivers, but these 1, 2, what the hell? So this is what we are looking at. Here's the output choke. This is the output choke. This is these capacitors. This is a high side and low side. So high side and the low side MOSFETs. 0 ohm and 0 ohm. Those are these resistors right here. Oh, so the MOSFETs are connected directly to the chip for a 0 ohm link. So if the MOSFET shorted, they probably sent high voltage to the chip, which means the chip is probably fried. Well, maybe if we take off the current sense resistors and shit, maybe the chip can default to working without. Because on laptops, I know I fixed a few laptops by just removing the faulty stage. take a look at the voltage now. Across the capacitor we get nothing. Maybe it does something when it's turning on. Let's have a look at that. No, it straight up does nothing. Maybe wants a CPU. A CPU, and I'll give it a BIOS battery. So no, there is no activity. No activity whatsoever. It does not want to do anything. So this chip right here is this chip right here. See, the controller itself can control only two phases, and there is a chip close to this phase and there is a chip close to this phase, so those two are probably the ones controlled by. So maybe this is the faulty IC. So maybe the controller isn't dead. I'll just try to take off this as one last attempt. Okay, so this chip was responsible for this phase. So maybe now without the chip. We give it power. Yeah, okay, it's dead. It's dead. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. It's dead.